Hi everyone, this is Katie from Memory Bound the Scrapbook Store, and I'm going to show you today how to make the file folder book from your Fall Farmhouse craft kit. So here is the file folder book that you can make with your kit. And it has tags and flaps. And it also has a pocket at the top that holds a tag. Then I'm going to show you and to tuck the tag in there, and it also has some other flaps here and there. So lots of places to put journaling and pictures. And it's all made from one file folder. So first you're going to take your file folder, and it doesn't matter where the tab is at. It can be located at the top or the bottom. Take the fold part and line it up on your trimmer to the 6-inch mark. And then you're going to cut it. And so you will have two pieces. This one will be 6 inches, and this will be your extras, which we're going to make our pages out of. All right, so to fold it, I like to flip it over so my tab is showing here. And then I pull up the whole piece and I line up the corners on all together, and then actually push it down so it's all even on these edges with the flap showing. And then I flip it over, and then I use my bone folder to flatten that out. So then the next step is what you're going to do is fold this over. But let me show you, you can fold it over with, free hand and push it down. Then I'm going to use my bone folder again. As you can see with this one, the flap is at the top. If you want your flap at the bottom, all you need to do is fold it, unfold it, and fold it the opposite way. I'm going to cut this little tab part off of here, just that one flap. Then I'm going to line it up with my trimmer and cut that piece off. And then I have a nice flat edge. When you put your papers on there, it's easier just to cut your papers than to try to cut them around this tab. We're going to make a pocket. Out of this middle mountain piece, we're going to tape this together or score tape it together. So this is the top. So I'm going to put adhesive on two sides but not the top. And I'm going to use score tape and place it at the side. And then I'm just going to fold that over. And this mountain piece is now glued together, but it will hold a pocket, or that's where we're going to place your tag. Now you have the second piece of the file folder that we had cut off. And if you can notice, there are 3 fold lines here. We're actually going to cut this score line of the first fold line. We're going to cut that off, so we'll have actually 2 pieces. I'm going to line up on my trimmer that first fold, or score line we can actually call it, trim it off, and then I have 2 pieces. And these are going to become our flaps and our pockets. So to create these 2 flaps here, the first cut we're going to make is at the top of the, you can see the top of the folds, and it's going to be 2.5. And I'm actually going to come from the edge that is squared and not rounded. I take my piece, and I'm going to have the folds, or like I'm referring to them as the score lines at the top, line it up at 2.5 inches, and cut that piece. And this one will actually now be an extra that you can add extra flaps, pockets, whatever you'd like to do. Now with this piece, I'm going to cut a 4.5 inch flap and a 2.75 or 2 3/4. In order to make this first flap, I'm actually going to use those fold lines and fold it away from me. And you can see that it has the fold lines there, and I folded it away from me. And then on that little flap, I'm going to add some score tape. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
And I'm going to go back to the book. And if I open it up, you can see
That's really helpful.
that it's the same. Fold that away from me, and I'm going to adhere it even to the top. And then that's how you have your first flap. This one I don't have the advantage of having those folds from the file folder, so I'm going to show you how I created those. This is the bottom piece that I cut, and I'm going to score it at 2 3/4. So I'm going to go to my 2 3/4 mark on my scorer, and then I'm going to fold it back away from me. And that way I have my 2 3/4 square. I'm going to add some score tape to this, and it really doesn't matter how long your hinge is because, as you can see, it's going to be covered by paper. Have it folded away from me, and then I'm going to place it along the edge of my file folder, but I want it also to go over this flap. This is the next piece of our file folder that we're going to cut, and here's the map we're going to use. First cut is going to be 3.75 from the edge, and at the bottom you can see it doesn't matter which side that you use. I'm going to take my file folder, line it up at 3.75 or 3 3/4, and cut that. Again, you have a nice piece that can make a hinge or a pocket if you want to. I am going to cut this piece at 5 1/2. And then I have this little piece, and I'm going to cut it at 2 inches. The 3 pieces I would have are cut like this, and you can see where the map is. So now we're going to make this pocket. That is going to be your 3.7 or 3 3/4 by 2 inch piece. And what I'm going to do is add score tape to the bottom and both sides, but not the top, because. And then I'm going to adhere it at the bottom of this front page. As you can see, this hangs over just a little bit, and it might. I'm just going to take my scissors and then trim that edge. You do see how this file folder, the top one has a curve and the bottom one doesn't. You can just leave that, because now you can cut your square sheet of paper and not have to worry about trying to maneuver that corner. So you'll cover your tags, which are also provided in your kit, with some fun paper and stickers, and they will slide right into your pocket, completely covered, with a puffy sticker on this one and one of the tabs on this one, the tab sticker. So here we have 2 tab flaps and then another hinged piece. We're going to start with this hinged piece first. And we had already cut that piece, but now we need to score it. And we're going to score it at 3 1/4. And then we can fold it. You get the idea of doing the hinges, that you score it, fold it away, add score tape. You can make as many hinges as you want. Fold this away from ourselves and line it up on the inside spine. So we have this hinge, and you can see that also in the book then. And then now we're just going to add the 2 tabs. And the tabs will be included in your kit. And I'm going to score those a little bit smaller. I'm only going to score 1/4 inch of those. So I'm going to line it up and score them at 4 inches. And this one at 4 inches, and fold it away. The reason I'm using a smaller score is because I want more of the tag to show. I'm using 1/4 inch, and that's all right that it's going to hang over a little, because again, it's going to be hidden by paper. For this tag, I'm going to line it up just so I have the top of the hinged piece in the back showing. And then I'm going to take the next one, leave a little space, and you can measure it, or I'm kind of eyeballing it. and place that one down. And so now you can see how you have the tags that will open, and then your other piece will open up. You can add ribbon if you wanted to, or twine to these. I added a couple stickers over them and pattern paper, and then open them up, pattern paper. And there's so much pattern paper in this kit, and you'll be amazed how much you'll have left over. And there, once you have the basics of your book created, you're ready to embellish it and add pattern papers and all sorts of stickers. A quick tip I want to show you with this one is this is a strip of pattern paper, and I adhered it at the bottom and at the top, and that way you can tuck tags or pictures behind there. And you can do one, or you could do several of the tags. And if you wanted to, you could actually turn some of the tags this way and then tie ribbon on them, and they would also hang out, which would add a fun look to it also. That's the basics of how to create your fall farmhouse file book. And I hope you have a lot of fun and enjoy your kits. Thanks for watching.